Group 5, Strategy for Implementation of the Mining Roadmap for National Development. Recommendation. A firm reminder that NIST is not another arm of the ministry, rather it is an advisory think tank of the ministry. Expedited access to institutionalized and active revolving funds should be made available to artisanal and small-scale miners to get them more involved in the sector. 3. Improved data collation. Recording the production of minerals should be emphasized to be put through properly to understand the mining sector beyond trade. Experienced stakeholders should be prepared to see to sustain this roadmap beyond electoral cycles. The mining sector does not get fit into the perspective of the regular Nigerian electoral cycles. National strategy for competitiveness in raw materials and product development program, which is targeted at evidence-based data and information, should be pursued in collaboration with other relevant agencies of government. Collaboration with tertiary institutions for geological information should be continually pursued. A nationwide inventory of miners, active mining sites, processing companies, personnel involved, and machinery in order to create an all-encompassing data bank which will be useful in advising potential investors and inform investment planning and decisions should be pursued. The National Council of Mines and Mineral Resources Development should support the immediate establishment of an internationally recognized certification center for Nigeria's mineral resources. Value additions was not seriously covered in the roadmap, especially in the area of funding. This should be emphasized in the implementation strategy. 10. Efforts should be made to complete Ajaokuta Steel Company and make it productive. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the recommendations. Little typographical errors here and there, we will sort that one out. But that seems to represent all we've been saying in the last 2 days. Thank you.
I just want to make a little contribution to the strategic pathway of getting it right. In Nigeria, we don't have pragmatic financial intermediation, and the international commodities merchandising, facilities or infrastructure is not available. So if we are able to get it right, commercial bank or deposit.
Excuse me, sir. Sorry, so that you don't take much of our time.
Okay.
We have not, in any one of these topics, discussed mining finance.
Okay.
Mining finance, like I said, is an area that we can spend a whole week deliberating about.
Okay.
If you want to mention something, I don't think there is any committee that actually discuss mining finance. We are talking about mining governance.
Okay.
So there will be more councils over the years.
Okay.
Issues of mining finance will come, but there are other fora that will come up also. The mining summit is coming in October, I think. You can talk about that one. But the National Council, this maiden edition, is concentrating on the mining governance, governance aspect of the mining sector. We will next year other issues will be discussed.
Okay.
So if you can say what's that.
Okay, thank you. Actually, I had saying something about getting commercial bank involved in one of the recommendations given to you. And I think it regains placement if commercial bank, deposit taking commercial bank is involved. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The observation I wanted to make about the exports, the specification of mentioning Tinkan Island, Tinkan Port, I think that should be deleted. Let that be export to whatever now, just so that we that one. Thank you.
Issue of sending name of license holder to states on quarterly basis for transparency. I think it should be more than transparency. Maybe we should use the word documentation, for documentation by the states. And the reason I'm saying this is that we have to know that they are around. After, if we don't know that they are running, after doing all the declaration, the responsibility will still fall back to the state. So instead of saying transparency, let us say for documentation. And that quarterly may be too long. Maybe we will have it weekly, fortnightly.
Please sit down. Listen, I am sure you are conversant with the Constitution of the Federal Government of Nigeria. Yes. Please sit down. Typical of Nigerians, you give him 1 mile, it takes eternity. Listen, the idea here, in fact, we should even say only for records. It's just for your record, for your information. What you do with the information is left for you. On quarterly basis is even very general. Do you think we issue these certificates every day? It takes a great deal of work to issue one exploration license. It takes even longer to even issue reconnaissance license. It takes a great deal more to issue a mining license, because survey reports have to be there and the amount of work done on the field has to be there. You see, it is not as if, it's not the way you take it. It's not buying tissue paper in the market. So we are being generous to say that all the licenses we issue now, we are even talking about licenses. What about exploration license or even reconnaissance license? That is where we should be starting from. We issue a reconnaissance license for somebody to explore, to see the possibility of exploring with the presence of a particular mineral in a particular area. The idea is not to disrupt state land planning arrangement. That is it. Nothing more. The idea is to collaborate with the state so that it does not distort what plans the state has on with that particular portion of land. If it has some plans under their GIS to do a grazing center, for instance, or to plan an industry, or it's an industrial zone, but now we found mineral, you have information that there is mineral there and somebody has been licensed to mine it. That is for your record, so that you can amend your plans accordingly. But the supremacy of the mineral law remains. I hope I'm clear.
Not be government controlled. It has to be controlled by the stakeholders and members and people in the industry.
What is the difference between that and mineral exchange?
No, the mineral exchange, all of them will not be government controlled also. That's it. But the single window export is a different matter. The mineral exchange is a platform for buying and selling, where we give best prices. But for somebody who has his customer abroad and has to export, he has to go through that window. So we can ensure that we get all the information we want concerning that consignment.
So the idea is for control purposes.
Control purposes, sir, but not government control.
So can we... Was that the agreement yesterday? What was the agreement, please? You want to talk? Where you place additional level of authority. Number one, you are undermining ease of doing business in Nigeria. Two, the little bribe that they will give along the way to get their consent stamped or access given to them by the state government, because that's what you people want. Please, I want you to dwell on this and really think about it deeply. The more we put levels of authority, the more we undermine the sector. The story is replicated in the newspapers. We had a governor removing a licensed miner from a particular place and replacing him with his brother, blood brother, with the connivance of the State Commissioner of Police and local government chairman. Simply because he's a state governor. That's what I call integrity recklessness. These are things we should try, and that's the purpose of our meeting in this first edition, to address the issue of mining governance. How do we make it possible for Nigeria to mine with the least minimum stress? Any other observations?
In the mining, yeah, our here is the chairman of the group with the chairman, a roadmap.
Number 5.
The illegal miners and the export. Mr. Chairman, seeing the area of mining in Nigeria, we all know that, as you said earlier, the federal government has specific in the area of mining. But the problem, like the last speaker said, the problem the Ministry of Mine is facing, if the mine officers of the universities can say the truth, the state itself, because the federal government, the national assembly, if actually the federal government wants mineral to be a priority in this country, they should, national assembly should order states to abolish mixture of solid mineral. That will help the Ministry of Mines to grow, because in my own state, if you know state, United States, so how can a mine officer will call by the state, giving me directive of what to do in the area of mining and in the area of the certificate. You will see a state issuing a permit. We do not have the right, so these are the things, these are the problems, these are the challenges the small scale miners are facing. So you should please see how the national assembly will address this issue. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Sometimes I'm even puzzled myself why we don't have Ministry of Petroleum Resources in Biafra. Oh, in Akwa Ibom. Well, it's I don't know whether we are operating a constitution. However, Prof, what do you see about that? Is this some
role of the states? For example, we try to look for a middle way approach from recommendations based on your question. That's to, yes. There should be synergy between Ministry of Mines and the state governments to improve operational collaboration and enhance communication for effective execution of the mining roadmap and sectoral growth. So operational collaboration and communication synergy. So it's a kind of synergy. The state government, whether the governor or the commissioner, has no right to go and issue another license. That's wrong. It's not in the mining law, neither is it in the mining policy. So every authority rests on the federal government and the federal mining officer representing. However, we try to create a window by saying all licensees from the federal government, like the MCO, on a quarterly basis, the state should be informed so that they know those who are operating in their states. When we put for transparency, but of course you are putting better, documentation. I think if it is also documented, but it is not with a view to chasing them. It's a view to know those who are legally mining in the states. And if there are issues, states have to refer back to the federal government.
Thank you, Prof. Any other?
That there should be a single window process, but it should not be strictly government controlled. Then also, we said we should go beyond just analysis. It should be pre-processed things that should be exported so that the details of everything can be noted. Not like we are exporting 1 million and you have a lot of other minerals compressed with it. Yes.
It's there. It was captured there.
But it wasn't detailed that in the pre-process.
It's there. If you look at the issue of value addition, it's there. It's there. It's there.
If it is there, well, any other observation on the report? Because please, we want to clean this report as quickly as possible. We want to clean it for the plenary tomorrow. I believe some commissioners are here and they are seeing how we are struggling to put this together. Ajamina. Yes, please.
But is it possible to make this a 2-week window? Since it's online, we think that that can help making business decisions faster.
Yes, we have a plan. By the time the MCO is fully automated, we plan that applications for title will be done online. But you see, just like you said, ease of doing business. If state governments want to keep on factoring themselves inside, and if we give them like just probably 1 week to validate a concept, because the purpose of the ease of doing business program of government is to reduce the time that businesses would, keep waiting for licenses and permits. Now, since we are bringing the state governments into the issue of validation of consent, how long, there is the issue of timelines now, how long will it take a state government of necessity to confirm or to register a consent? It connotes a lot of things. If, for instance, the state capital is in one corner of the state, and I obtain a consent in the other corner of the state, and it takes maybe 5 hours or 4 hours, the bureaucracy of the state, how would they confirm or validate this consent from the village head of a remote community within the shortest period of time? What mechanism would they employ so that the ease of doing business is not jeopardized? There are quite a lot of things we try to consider, but they say you cannot clap with one hand. And in trying to clap with 2 hands, you are trying to jeopardize the safety of the 2 hands. This is the dilemma we find ourselves. But let us operationalize this and see where it takes us. It will be evident to both the federal and the state government that ease of doing business is being really hampered At a point, we have to respect the exclusivity provision. It may not be palatable,